Bam! The moon adopter. Hi guys, how you doing? Welcome to new Bitcoin Daily every single day, 9 a.m. Central European time. It's the moon time. It's the moon time. We got the moon, guys. We got the full moon. So now we're gonna be happy. Somebody said in the chat that the song name is Bad Karma. I didn't actually know the name of the song. I was just listening it on loop for the last couple of days. I don't know why. I just think it's a cool song. But I did not know it was, named Bad Karma, so take that out of the equation. It's the full moon. It's also it's not just any kind of full moon. It's a micro full moon. That means that this full moon is falling on an apogee, mean it's the furthest distance away from the Earth. I think that's right. Yeah, that's the micro moon. So we are right now having what's called a micro moon. It's a very special moon. It's also somebody is saying that this is blood micro moon. So it's a micro moon. Every time you are away from the furthest away from the Earth, the moon is least visible. So it's micro moon. So this is a blood micro moon. New Zealand to enjoy partially lunar eclipse not seen for 800 years, but blood blood micro moon. That said, also the moon right now in November is called beaver moon. I don't know what that means, but it's a beaver moon. Whatever beaver stands for, it stands for something. I don't know what. How's everybody doing, guys? This dump cannot last for that much longer. It cannot just keep on dumping to to zero. I mean, maybe it can. I don't know. Maybe something changed that I wasn't aware of. But I'm looking at some kind of reversal soon. So that's gonna be nice. Then blood moon means bigger dump coming. Lol. Where is Shazam when you need one? Yeah, where is Shazam? How's everybody doing in the chat, by the way? Who is in the chat? Let's see the green names. By the way, Dutch Ring Racing Patron is over here. He's not green name, but he's nice guy. Kelly Lloyd, Martin, Ming, Salim, Batch is here, so of course. Humo, Decentraland every single time. Richard is here, Sasha Velko, and yeah, those are the guys. Blood Moon sounds ominous. Yeah, so it is the full moons. For you guys that are not aware of the full moons, we're gonna cover a little bit full moons, why we are following full moons, and we've been following full moons for a long time now. The two next full moons and the next new moon are the very special new moons, and this is the what we have been waiting for. The full moon that's happening right now, it's called micro moon. It's a very special moon. Then after that we are gonna get a new moon that's gonna be a super moon, because even though it's new moon and you won't be seeing the moon, it's still super moon because it's closest to the Earth, and also at the very same date when the new moon is closest to the Earth on the perigee, and we will also have solar eclipse. So there will be an eclipse on the 4th of December, exactly on the time of the new moon. Also on the 20th of December, we are getting another micro full moon. So you got two full moons, two micro moons, and one super moon during these three next moons. So it's gonna be a very exciting time. That's where we are coming into right now when it comes to the moons. So that's gonna be very exciting. Today we're gonna of course look what is happening with Bitcoin, because we gotta know what's happening with Bitcoin, because it is affecting our alts. So if you're not subscribed yet, subscribe to the channel, hit the like button. You haven't hit the like button, and because you want to come here tomorrow as well at the same time, And after Bitcoin, I'm gonna show you two altcoins that I think are performing right now very well. They're keeping very strong bullishness right now in the market, and these two altcoins are definitely worthy to take a look at. I'm not chilling. I do not own any of these coins, but I've been watching some charts, and these two coins are really nice. So I thought I should give you something for today. Anyways, guys, December really crazy with the moons. Yeah, December is crazy with the moons. Now, before we start, what do you want to start with? I'm going to start with Bitcoin Daily, or we start with moons? You know what? Let's start with Bitcoin, because, most people want to know what's happening in Bitcoin. So we're going to do Bitcoin first, and then we're going to do moons, and then I'm going to show you the two altcoins that I think are very interesting. So let's see what's happening with Bitcoin. Of course, you can see here that, you know, yesterday I had a big dump. Today the dump is continuing, minus 1.44% down. Let's just turn off the moons for a second up here. Maybe some kind of bottom down here happening already. We're gonna see that I think I removed all the lines. No, here are my lines. So let's remove the moving averages for a second up here in the moons. And you know, I thought this might have been some kind of a falling wedge, but you know, we are falling out of the falling wedge. Not only that, yesterday we went with the wick all the way down to the last support down here. Then we went up, double tested the same support, and we went up and cracked through the support. So right now we went up there to the support and testing as a resistance, getting rejected by that. Now if you fall below this level over here, if you fall below this level over here again, right now I think we're gonna have another dump towards the downside. That might be one of the last dumps, because right now I'm gonna show you that we are in some kind of serious overextended levels. So if you do fall below this line down here, because this is, you know, this was a support holding, support broke, we went down. Right now, you know, we tested the support as resistance. Right now I got rejected by that, going down again to the support. If this support breaks, we're going down for one more dump towards the downside. Now if that does happen, we are all, you know, since we already are at overextend levels, you know, this cannot actually be that big of a dump. Now it can be of, you know, big wick or something like that. I don't know what's gonna happen, but if we do go towards the downside, we might expect a quick recovery, because we are at some very overextended levels on the daily time frame. So for that, let's go to this chart that's a lot cleaner. And what we're gonna do over here is we're gonna pop some nice indicators up here. We're not gonna look at MACD, we're gonna look at RSI and TLA of X indicator, this one down here, TLA of X. So we're gonna look at these two indicators on the downside. They kind of look like the same. Nah, they don't actually look the same. What you're gonna notice here on the daily time frame, we are right now at some kind of 36 levels, and right now these 36 levels on the downside on RSI down here are the same levels that we are down here when we bottomed out. So, you know, previously bottomed out at 30 levels. Right now we are 30 levels again. So, you know, that gives us some confidence. If you're gonna, you know, bottom down here somewhere, you know, these are the levels that we should do it at. Previously during this dump we went all some kind of 20 levels. You know, that was quite bad. You know, we managed to climb and then, you know, push towards downside. But even this, you know, this dump down here came only down to some kind of 35 levels. So you can see that right now when it comes to RSI, we are pretty, you know, low at the bottom. So if you do break these levels towards the downside, yeah, let's not talk about that. Let's not talk about it. So you know these levels are pretty low, and you know they have been last 3 times confirming some kind of bottom. Will they confirm it again or not? That depends to be seen. So just by looking at RSI, we are very oversold, at least on daily time frame. On the 4-hourly time frame, we are super oversold down here, and these levels very rarely happen. You can see here that we went down to 23. Right now we are down 22, but unfortunately there is no 4-hourly RSI divergence down here as well. So maybe if you do another move towards downside, maybe we get, you know, divergence up here on the 4-hourly that might actually propel us towards the upside. So, you know, that's some kind of hopium down there. But, you know, just being down here at the 20 levels on the 20 levels on 4-hour time frame, it can give you a decent push towards the upside. You can see here when it got this actually didn't, this actually just recovered a little bit, but we went down while the price was going up, and then you got a big pump towards the upside. But these levels below 30, they do not happen that often, and you know, right now we are definitely, you know, pretty low towards downside. TLA sounds very bearish. I just told you. I mean, didn't you just listen to me? What did I just say? What did I just say? What did I just say, guys? What did I just say? Let me. TLA sounds very bearish. What did I just say? What did I just say? I said this was support. We hit the support on the dollar. Then we bounced up, hit this one up here, got rejected, went down back to the support, bounced up, got rejected by the next one, broke the support. Right now we broke the support, created new support down here. Right now we went up, got rejected, and I said if we break this support down here on the downside, we are looking for another move towards downside. Now I'm not bearish. But you know, I'm realistic, you know, there can be another dump towards downside. But what I'm saying is that, you know, we are oversold, so we should be getting, you know, at least a, you know, dead cat bounce, at least a dead cat bounce, you know, at least a dead cat bounce, just to, you know, recover a little bit towards the upside before we plummet down to zero. Okay, I'm not bearish, but you know, I'm expecting some kind of dead cat bounce before we can maybe, you know, get some kind of hopium and climb towards the upside. Now we are still not talking about moons, you know, and moons, you know, will kick in soon. So if this actually breaks this support on downside down here, I'm looking at another move towards downside before we actually recover, because I don't think this can actually go that far down. That said, let's go back to the chart. Now we've been talking about the RSI, and you see on the RSI, this is on the 1 hourly time frame. So we got divergence, 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 and right now if this goes another towards downside, you're gonna get third divergence towards downside. So you got triple 1 hourly divergence. We are already seeing that the price is kind of you know, have very hard time pushing the price towards downside. So if it does push to downside, you get like triple divergence down here on the RSI, which you know, which usually can, you know, propel you a little bit towards the upside, can propel you a little bit towards the upside. Now let's look at the volume here, because I haven't seen volume yet. Also you can see here that volume in this last part up here where the divergences are happening is going down. So I'm thinking it's gonna be either this that's the bottom, or we're gonna get another move towards downside and, you know, just, you know, propel right back up again pretty fast. So it's either this is the bottom, or we get another move towards downside and then propel towards the upside for the dead cat bounce. I'm not saying we're gonna get to 70k right now, but you know, for that cat bounce, you know, that might be enough hopium for that. So that's the RSI, and RSI, you can see that we are oversold on RSI levels and stuff like that. What I'm going to show you right now, it's something on the daily. Now this indicator down here, it's called TLA OVX indicator, extension indicator. It just measures the distance between certain moving averages and the price, and every time you are you know, very extended away from the price, you have to have some kind of bounce towards the upside. Now this is the extension that we are at now. I'm gonna put the line down here, and you can see that these levels do not happen that often, guys. These levels do not happen that often. Look here, this, I mean, this goes 2017, but you can see, I mean, you can count throughout 2000 back to 2007, like 4 years. You can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and then a bunch of here in the in downside. But you know, less than 20 times in less than 4 years we have been at these levels. So these levels are very overextended towards the downside, away from the moving averages. And what happens when you get extended towards downside? You have to have some kind of dead cat bounce. You know, at least the dead cat bounce, towards the upside, you know, and then you can we can talk about, you know, jumping above certain moving averages, jumping above certain resistance, and climbing towards the upside. So now you understand that we have maybe one more last dump towards downside, you know, some last spring towards downside, I think, because we are so overextended that, you know, it got to go up eventually, right? Now you gotta move up, you know, and I know a lot of people are in full panic mode even right now. So if you dump one more time, I think a lot of people are gonna sell, because you know, they kind of lose hope, and you know, they don't see that we can recover out of this, right? So you know, we have already broken certain very important levels towards downside, and these levels, you know, have been very crucial levels. Why? Especially this dump to downside over here is very crucial to get rid of everybody that bought up here, you know, to get rid of because there was a lot of stop losses down here. What is the first thing they teach you when you started doing, you know, trading and technical analysis? Yeah, set a stop loss below certain important levels. So everybody learns to set stop losses down here, right? Yeah, this is the week, you know, if you go down there, that's bad, let's set stop losses here. So you know, it's very easy to stop hunt these guys, because it's very easy, you know, to get below these levels. Also, we had this you know, line here, so as soon as you know, fell through that, you know, a lot of stop losses got kicked in. Right now, you know, these weak stop losses, stop losses are kicking in, and the third batch of stop losses that are gonna get triggered is below 53,000. So you know, whether we're gonna get all the way down to some 53, 51, like there's probably a bunch of stop losses here that got set down here as well. So you know, even if we go all the way down here, there might be, but I don't see this as a very important area to actually go down to. Going back below 58,000 was important to get rid of people down here that has the stop losses, the liquidations and stuff like that. But we have removed so much from the market right now that when it comes to stop hunting and stuff like that, I think that's finished right now. And the only thing that's right now left, it's to pump back up again, right? So when you consider that through liquidation and stuff like that, like stop losses, stop hunting, that's done. I think that's done. Like you can still push it towards downside and below 40,000, and even below. You can even say like, oh, we gotta go below 30,000 because there's a lot of stop losses here. But come on, like you understand. Like we know that there is a lot of stop losses, but what kind of mechanics do you have to use and manipulation to push the price that low? So it's easy to push it down here. It's a little bit hard to push it down here. It's very hard to push down here, but down here instantly it's very impossible. So it's gonna take very, very long time to get some kind of 30,000. Which are not gonna happen. So right now I think we are overextended. I think we have done whatever the stop losses and liquidations are supposed to do, and right now what I expect is actually some kind of move towards downside. There is this 50 moving average, there is a level 6 that we gotta get above, 10-20 moving average that we got to retest and stuff like that. So I think most probably right now what's gonna come is some kind of relief rally, that get bounce, move to the upside, whatever you want to call it. That's gonna be the first step, and then after that, if we can manage to grab certain resistances, get above certain moving averages, then maybe we can push above 60, above 65, above 70, and so forth. But one step at a time. And right now I think that we gotta climb a little bit. CME gap at 9,000. That CME gap at 9,000 meme has been around since 2018 and something like that. Insane. That's never going away, man. And the CME gap at 9,000 is actually on the 4-hourly time frame, not on daily, and it's only on the daily that matters. So let's see what does have to happen on Bitcoin right now that that is gonna show us the first levels of recovery. Well, we have very, very important trend lines over here that we need to get above. The first trend line is, of course, this one up here. Once you break this trend line, you are technically broken the downtrend. This trend line is very important right now. That's all the way up at 58,006. So you gotta go all the way up here and break the trend line to this on the 4-hourly time frame. So it can take something like this, maybe some kind of 58,000 level. But this trend line is super important to break, because once you break it, this downtrend is done. Okay, so as long as you haven't broken this downtrend, you can still continue going like this down on the downside. So to stop the downtrend, to stop the dump, you have to get above this line. This line is magical. It's like magic. You're gonna see as soon as you're above the line, it's like magic. It's like bullishness is back in town. Everybody's super happy. That's gonna be good times, right? And then if you manage to get up here, above these levels, up here again, then that's around 60,000. If you manage to get above these levels again, that's like gonna be like full moon, guys. Full moon. This guy knew, man. Full moon. Yeah, we're going up. So that's gonna be good times, But there are two very, very important levels to, of course, get above. Of course, 60,000 level and the trend line. So you can see how this is gonna work. We are right now dumping with full speed. Still full speed towards downside. I'm gonna show you that this over here might already be some kind of bottom. I'm gonna show you how this actually working out right now. Right now, almost in green, minus 0.08%. So it is pumping a little bit towards the upside, but we still gotta get above this line. It's only after this line that we're gonna be happy and everything's gonna be nice and dandy. Once we are above this line, it's gonna take big moves towards the upside to get above 60k, and only if you get above 60k, the bullishness is gonna kick it back in. But until these two things are done, we are technically in a downtrend. We are technically not that optimistic right now. So we need to break certain trends towards the upside. So this is the first big line, and this is the second big line. So keep remember these two lines. This line is around 60.8, something like that, give or take. Very important line, very, very important line to break. And as soon as we break that, that's gonna be good times. Also, this at 59,000 is a I mean there is several resistance towards the upside, but very important 60.8. point and the trend line. Now we're gonna go down into small time frames, and what you're gonna see that down here is for this trend down here, there is also a very steep trend line towards downside, and I think that steep trend line is right now being broken. So we're gonna focus on this part over here right now and see what is gonna happen, you know, to tell us that this part over here, the very first momentum towards the getting above the blue line, is gonna happen. And right now Bitcoin is actually in green on KuCoin, 0.02% in green. So nice 50-minute candle pulsable pump. Yeah, so let's see, go down to maybe 30-minute chart. Let me see this, if you can see on 30-minute chart. Yeah, I think we can see it on 30-minute chart is enough. And you can see here that right now, let me see here if we are doing, yeah, we are breaking the trend. This is the very first candle, so this is the bottom, guys. This is the bottom. I don't think we are going down right now. This is the bottom, because this very speedy trend on the downside down here, you can see the speedy trend. That's why I said if you go below this level down here, we get another dump towards downside, then we can recover. But it looks like there will be no dump towards downside. This is candle on 30-minute chart, 10 minutes left. As long as we close above the trend line, this is already breaking this small time trend. This is a 30-minute trend towards downside, and I think, you know, right now that the dump is finished on the small time frames over here. What we have to do is, of course, get above the big trend line up here. You know, we have to do something like this. That's around 58,000, and then a bigger move all the way up above the 60,000. So these lines are very important to break towards the upside. How this is gonna play out, hard to say, but right now it does look like we need to get some kind of relief rally to the upside. And we're gonna keep on watching how far up do we get. Do we get only towards 58,000? Do we only get towards 57,000 before we get another major dump towards downside? How is this actually gonna play out? A little bit hard to say. I haven't found any potential patterns. Like there might have been some kind of a falling wedge down here from what I've seen previously, like something like this. Like this is kind of hopium stuff, but you know, because the wedge is pretty it's very, let's put it like this, maybe something like this, maybe it's some kind of wedge, right? And you can see already, like this line is, of course, the line that we drew before is very important. So if you're gonna get out of this wedge, if it's some kind of wedge, we need to get above the trend line and then above the 60k. And once we are above 60k, it's gonna be good times. But until we get there, like not right there just yet. That said, guys, on the small time frames, we might already be, you know, like we said, breaking the let's see, 30-minute chart, breaking the trend line. So you know, it might already, it's already starting to look a little bit good. I already noticed that, you know, right now that you know, I've seen altcoins performing better than, you know, they did. Dominance also ready to go up, altcoin. So all in all, we got a full moon. We got Bitcoin bottoming out. A full moon is coming out tonight. It's a micro moon, but it's a full moon, blood moon, beaver moon, call whatever you want to call it. It's a very special moon because it's actually, you know, a moon on the apogee, and you know, it's a big thing. That said, let's talk a little bit about moons and what's happening in moons, and then we'll do the two coins that I think are performing very well right now. Let's start with this chart over here, so I can explain to you a little bit on what's happening. Let's go to daily time frames up here, not this chart up here. I think, yeah, this chart is nice. Let's use this chart. So what you're gonna see here is a lot of stuff happening on the chart, and I'm gonna explain to you why this 22nd November 2022 is also a special date up here. So something might happen, you know, 22/11/22, you know. Whenever you get these kind of numbers, you know, you should probably think something big is gonna happen. So what's happening over here? Let's pop the moons up here. Let's try to, you know, fit the moons into the chart. It's hard to fit it in the chart. Maybe like this. Okay, and this one is over there we go. So we got a moons in the chart. So you can see that these red circles, these are the new moons, what we call the new moons. So we got 1, 2, 3 new moons. This one on the 4th of December is very interesting because it's full. It corresponds to the pedagogy. This is when the moons are furthest away from the Earth. You can see that right now we are having where the price is, we are having what's called a full moon, and full moon is following to. This full moon is falling on when the moon is furthest away from the Earth, almost on the dollar. The furthest is actually 22nd, but we are right now at 19, so it is still called a micro moon, even though it's a few days off. So this is micro moon. The moon is furthest away from the Earth, but it's still a full moon, and usually full moons do pump us towards the upside. towards the upside. So we are expecting this full moon to pump. So if all the full moons are pump moons and all the new moons are dump moons. So what's gonna happen here is very special, because these special moons, when you know there is a lot of moons, but they do not they do not follow very well with the apogee and perigee times of the moons. So only these moons that are on these lines are very special moons. So these are called you know, super moons when they are corresponding to the down here, and micro moons when they're corresponding with the top part up here. Doesn't matter, too much talk, I'm not explaining that too well. The thing to notice here, right now we're getting the full moon over here, we're getting the full moon right today. So the full moon should, you know, pump us towards the upside. And then we got a big event over here on the 4th of December with a new moon kicking in, and the new moon is a dump moon, so we are expecting some kind of sideways motion or some kind of move towards downside, maybe even a pump, because during I can also show you that, you know, when we are in a big rally towards the upside, new moons actually pump the price towards the upside as well. New moons also pump the price towards the upside. Not only that, on the 4th of December we got the eclipse. So there are gonna be new moon, pedigree new moon, so super moon eclipse. It's a very special day, so keep remembering something's gonna happen. And then we also got the 20th of December where we get the last full moon up here. So these events are very special events. What's gonna happen on these events, I do not know. I'm expecting some kind of pump, you know, but it can also be some kind of bottom, and then, you know, we might go all the way up here to the June, July, when it's starting. June, July. Also here we get, you know, these super micro moons up here. So you can see these events are very rare events. So they happen, you know, right now in November, December, and next time in June, July. So, you know, people saying that, you know, we're gonna get top in June, July, that will be here. So if this is gonna be some kind of bottom down here, and then we rally towards, you know, some kind of crazy numbers up here during the next 6 months, you know, that might happen as well. So what's actually gonna happen up here, we are not quite sure. You know, we would like to think that, you know, it's gonna be pump moon, you know, a small moon to the downside, and a big pump moon towards the top here, and then, you know, some kind of blow off top or whatever, right? Now that can happen, and everything's still in the books, but the moons do definitely right now are working in our favor, I hope, because if not, you know, then we are going more down. So, you know, the full moon is definitely coming at the right time right now. And if you see it down here, let's try to see on the 1 hourly. No, it's not yet, because you can usually the first time you can see it is on the 1 hourly time frame. Let's see, 15 minutes, 10 minutes. Nah, you cannot see it. Usually you can see it on 1 hourly, the first before it pops up, but on the daily it's gonna take full day before you can actually see it on the charts. But down here right now should come the full moon, and the full moon should, you know, propel us towards the upside. So we're gonna see how good the full moon is. Now if the full moon pops up here and we do something like this, you know, towards downside, that's actually quite bearish signal, because we don't wanna, you know, dump on the full moon. That's the one thing we don't wanna do, right? Pump or dump on 4 December. I'm not quite sure. I think it's gonna be pump even though it's new moon. It's also a lunar eclipse. Yeah, lunar eclipse is falling on the 4th of December with the, you know, a super moon, the new super moon. So that's gonna be nice. Two-hourly bullish divergence trend-based fib indicate today is reversal. You don't need trend-based fib, you just look at the chart and see like, oh man, we dumped so much, we're gonna reverse. Coffee tastes better with hopium. That's true. Hit like and subscribe, guys. Michael said hit like, 75 likes. You're not doing your job, guys. You're not doing your job. Like, you got one job. You know, I do everything. You just click the like and watch. You got like one job. Where can I learn the moon phases? Only on this channel, man. Only on this channel. There is a video, but yeah, but I basically explained the video, what's in the video. We had live stream where we figured this out. It's a 3-hour live stream or something like that. So if you wanna figure out, find out how we figured out, you know, it's somewhere down there. Let me see if I can find the live stream where we actually figured out the moon phases directly. See moon. I can't find it. Ramalunin Moons, just in time to join for the real deal. Ramalunin is always on time. Hare Krishna, man. Hare Krishna. How you doing? George livestream, he becomes a believer of the moons. Good, good. George, let's send a word to George. Let's go to Twitter. Log out. Why is log out? Okay, guys, wait a second. How can I be logged out? What's up? What's up? Huh? What? No. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Keep up good work. Thank you. Adrian Lila, you're welcome. What George knows about it now? Late adopter is now hacked adopter. Yeah, my Twitter account is down. My Twitter account is down. But we can do it another way. We can do it another way. Wait, Twitter. It just on a break that I'm logged out. I don't know why, but you know. Let me just see here. It doesn't matter. There we go. See, I'm not logged out. Everything's still there. By the way, guys, there's the video, you know, explaining these kind of things. Moon. Let's you know, tag George at George. I don't know what's his channel called. Crypto are us. Cryptorus. Is it called Cryptorus? I don't know. What's the guy called on the channel? Crypto are us, right? That's the guy, right? That's the guy. That's the guy. That's no, it's not him. 12K. 160K. Cannot be this guy. Is this the guy? Followed by Crypto Majority. Yeah, this is the guy. This is the guy. Crypto are us. What's up from Toronto? Please check ETH Sol for 4-hour daily and weekly long term. Want to convert some of my ETH to Sol. We'll see about that, man. We'll see about that. Let's go up here. At Crypto are us. Yeah, that's the guy, right? That's the guy. I heard you have become a believer. Welcome to the moon party, moon gang, moon. Moon cult. Enjoy your stay. Yeah, something like that. I don't know. I don't know. Crypto are us. When do we become bullish? Above 60K, above 60K. I think above 60K we become bullish again. I think we gotta break 60.8K, but you know, we are not quite there yet. Soon, but not quite there yet. And now we came to, you know, we did the Bitcoin, we did the moon phases. So right now I'm gonna show you a couple of altcoins that I think are performing very well right now. I mean, you know, a lot is performing very well, but you know, these two altcoins did perform very well also in during the dump. So AVAX is one of these coins, guys. AVAX is one of these coins that have been performing very well. It's still in a, you know, bullish trend towards the upside. It's hitting some kind of resistance up here at the top. Let me just remove this up here. It's hitting some kind of resistance up here at the top. That doesn't matter, but it had small pullback towards downside, but it's still above all moving averages. It's still, you know, climbing towards the upside. So I think this might continue nice, you know, continue going towards the upside. It is having some kind of high lows. You know, it might have some kind of pullback, but overall, considering how other coins are doing, this looks fine. So AVAX is one of these strong coins right now that are, you know, pushing towards the upside. Let me see up here because I haven't yeah, might be hitting some kind of resistance right now. It might be, you know, trying to break that resistance as well, but it is having a lot of bullishness going for it because it's not breaking on the downside. You know, even with this entire Bitcoin dump towards downside, AVAX has actually been holding very nicely. You know, every time, you know, Bitcoin is a dump side, you look for coins that are holding up nicely because you know, usually they perform very nicely afterwards, since, you know, they're already bullish. And second coins that's actually doing quite nice is Engine coin. I don't know why, too many lines. I get it, guys. I get it, guys. We can do it like this. You can see here for past 3 days, it went down below the moving average up here, but right back up again. So right now it's sitting on these moving averages and it's looking to, you know, break up towards the upside. It is a little bit overstand maybe on the weekly time frame, but it does keeps bullishness. Usually when a Bitcoin dumps, this should also dump to the downside, but it's not dumping to the downside. So, you know, I like that it's not dumping to the downside. So, you know, Engine coin, Mana, Sand as well, you know, Sand might have a big pullback right now, but these gaming coins are actually performing quite nicely. They have a lot of bullishness behind them. So, you know, the fact that we broke down here right now back above the moving averages again, you know, tells me that maybe this is gonna have another move towards the upside pretty soon. So, you know, Engine coin, AVAX right now looks very bullish. Mana, Sand maybe still looking very nice. Even the upcoming December fund news are aligned with the moon phases. Gala is holding too. Yeah, Gala pumped like crazy. Telling full means pump, not dump. It doesn't matter. He'll figure it out soon enough. Moon timers. So it's above 60k. US debt ceiling is about to burst right on the new moon. Yeah, on the 4th of December. I knew that. I remember they pushed you know, they pushed this something until December, but I don't remember the date. US debt ceiling selling. I don't know how you. December 15th. But the full moon is on the 20th. Yeah, but this is a guess. 15th December is the guess. If this is about the, you know, the debt ceiling, you know, they can just lift the debt ceiling. That's like, why should they not lift the debt ceiling? Like, hey man, let's not lift the debt ceiling and, you know, crash the economy. Like, just lift the debt ceiling, man. You can print as much money as you want. December 20th is also payment day for cross bonds of Evergrande. Yeah, a lot of stuff is happening on December. So, you know, if you are gonna have the market crisis in you know, next year, you know, this December, you know, everything's gotta crash. Or everything got to get postponed until, you know, June, July next year. 20th December is every cross bond payment repayment day. Yeah, but you know, it's every month. Like every month, it's a new date, and they probably gonna, you know, pay that as well. What will I do? Print more. Yeah, I mean, they can just continue printing more. There's nothing stops them from printing more, like, right? So we had a nice pump over here on the small time frames. It's a good pump. It's a decent pump. It's a almost 3% pump in you know, 30 minutes span. Right now coming to some kind of resistance. Like we said, we need to break certain levels. We want to feel bullish, you know, we want to continue towards the upside, but you know, bullishness doesn't kick in just because you got a 3% pump. You gotta have continuation. The most important thing is you gotta break these lines. These lines you gotta break. This is right now at 28,002. Give or take up here, it's gonna be 58.2, and the next line is around 68, right? So you gotta break the line. That's how tech analysis work. You break the resistance, you become bullish. You break the support, you become bearish. That's how the things works. New bull flag, cool down, and pump up, hopefully out of baby wedge. Maybe. Is this the baby wedge? Let's see the baby wedge. I like how you said the baby wedge, but you know. Yeah, maybe some kind of baby wedge down there. Maybe. Are we pumping? I won't say pumping, you know, but you know, alts are right now, you know, recovering a little bit. Shiba has, you know, these are the first steps of recovery, you know, and it needs to pump more to, you know, to see decent recovery, but you know, it's small step. You can see everything right now here. On the downside are having some kind of bottoming patterns that I have kicking in Zilliqa up here as well, going down. Let's see Cardano right now also, you know, going into some kind of pattern up here, breaking to the upside. So everything right now is having some kind of moves towards the upside. You can, these are the first moves, so we don't want to see, you know, dump to the downside. It's still very early to say whether this is gonna, you know, perform or not. The higher we go, the better the outlook is for the rest of the day, but we are at some kind of bottom, and like I said in the very start of this video, today's daily Bitcoin, we should at least have some kind of, you know, dead cat bounce, at least some kind of dead cat bounce, because, you know, that's the least you can expect. So on the daily time frame, what I expect actually, or what I actually look for, is some kind of retest of the 10 and 20 moving average. 10 and 20 moving. Now, that doesn't mean that we're gonna go all the way up here to test the 10 and 20 moving average. The 10 and 20 moving average can just continue going down here, and we might just do something like this, hit the 10 moving average and go down. So, you know, the retest can come at 59k as well. You know, this can also go sideways up here, and then hit it and then push us down. But, you know, we need to touch the 10 moving average eventually. You know, when that's gonna be, I don't know. But eventually we need to touch this 10 moving average, and that's what I'm looking for. So what are we gonna go straight up, or, you know, go sideways, or what are we gonna do? I don't know, but you know, some kind of a move towards down upside, at least a small one needs to happen. But we'll see. Do you need to retest before going up, or just to, blast through something? So everybody go and like this, so you know, so he sees it. The moon is coming for us. I'll hit a super special full moon this time. It's not super, it's micro. Once in a 500 years blood moon eclipse. Yeah. So it's a very special moon. It's a moon party. If the 1020 crosses the 50 MI, is that bad? Well, I wouldn't say it's bad, because, you know, over here we crossed the 10 and 20 down of the 50, and what does that mean? That means that we are at the bottom. So, you know, when 10 and 20 actually, when 10 and 20, these two, when they cross the 50 moving average on downside, this is already the bottom, right? So if we cross it up here somewhere, you know, that means that we are somewhere down here at the bottom, right? See, bottom. So down here, maybe it's gonna be some kind of bottom, you know. So by the time you actually cross it, you know, that it doesn't necessarily have to mean that you are not gonna do this, right? I mean, here it was bad because we crossed, but we could not get back above it, and then we, you know, went down. But as soon as we crossed the upside, big moves. Cross the upside, big moves. So it might be also something like this, you know. You don't need to cross the either. You can just go here, you know, just recovery, quick recovery towards the upside. But 10 and 20, let's see. 20 and 20 crossed towards the upside. Big moves, but the downside was nothing. It was nothing. But every time 10 and 20 crossed it towards the upside, it was actually quite big moves. So, you know, maybe that's how we should be trading. You know, every time let's say every time 20 crosses the 50, every time this red line crosses the 50, like it has a big move. Okay, especially up, not here, but down here. See, 20 crosses the 50, like big move. Guys, we figured out something new. Every time 20 crosses the 50 on the daily, we go, you know, 100x long. I mean, we can't fail. Every single time. If it crosses on the downside, we are maybe at some kind of bottom down here, right? But as soon as the 20 crosses the 50, that's done, right? As soon as 20 crosses the 50, we go long. Let me see where the top. Yeah, the top up here. It's kind of a little bit late to, you know, get out here on the cross. But every time we cross it to the upside, we just go long. Okay, guys, that's the new trading signal right now. Every time this red line, this 20 moving average crosses the 50, we go super long, 100x. Everybody at the same time. Okay, we got deal. Because if you look at it, like every single time, this is you know, been a big signal for a big new move. So if this goes something like this, next time we cross it towards the upside, bam, You know, it's gonna be epic. So we figured out something new today, guys. We figured out something new today. Estimated leverage ratio still at all-time high. Mark de Brunen, where do you find these estimated leverage ratios and stuff like that? You won't get record if you don't sell with a loss. You won't get wrecked if you sell with a loss. But you won't get wrecked if you never sell. Technically, you're not wrecked. You still hodl, right? You only wrecked when you sell. So, who's right? Tila and the Moon Gang. Yeah, the Moon Gang. With the Moon Gang. This is the bottom or just another fake out to buy to another dip. You know when you buy the dip and then there is dips again 5 times in a row. DXY up 3.7%. Maybe it's coming to the top, man. DXY has been pumping like crazy. Is it coming to the top, guys? Nah, it's still got more room to go though. It's still got like something like 1.69% to go. This is weekly chart. Let's see the daily. It definitely wants to go, but you know, the good thing is every time we get extended from the moving averages, we have a pullback, you know, so this pullback might help us a little bit, right? This pullback might help us, right? This pullback might help us towards downside. So if we get like something like 10 days of downside, you know, it might just give us enough bullishness, you know, to continue towards upside. So we are looking for some kind of pullback on DXY. But this 97.11 is pretty much, you know, we are going there ever since down here. Crypto quant, not crypto quant, exclusive data platform, professional crypto quant. Oh, but I have to sign. It's like AI, it's like Glassnode or something like that, right? Except market data. But yeah, all exchange futures open interest. I don't know what open interest is. Fund data. All symbols, all funds holdings. Does this mean good or bad? Full screen. Not very helpful. Bitcoin inner entity flows. All miners to all exchanges flow. To all exchanges. So this is actually quite good though. You can see here all miners to all exchanges flow. So you got miners, and when they are sending to exchanges, that means they are selling. So you can see here we had uptick in all miners sending to exchanges. Right, and here at the top, you know, they stop sending the exchanges, so it's a bit, you know, either it's a sell-off or something like that. I would like to see that data prior. All minus to all exchanges transaction count. I don't know what transaction count is, but you know. But it's positive that's slow, you know, they're not sending. I don't know if it's positive that they're not sending. Bank flows, let's see bank flows. BTC BlockFi reserves goes to 0. Miner flows, all miner outflows. So we are here when we are getting to this top. There was miner outflow. Right now there is not such thing. So you know that might be good. Market indicator. Stablecoin supply ratio. I don't know how to interpret that. All exchanges fund flow ratio. All exchanges fund flow. I don't understand the fund rate. So on-chain analysis is not my thing, guys. On-chain analysis is not my thing. Need a free account. Yeah, but this one pumps and tops out, and then BT pumps. Yeah, that's the thing. Richard what's his name? Richard Rommel. That's the thing. That's what we like. Before we hope that it's gonna dump and then we're gonna pump. It's gonna take a little while to get to the top. But right now it looks like it's gonna get to the top before that. So we hope that it's gonna maybe hit the top really fast up here, and then it's gonna have a huge dump. And when it has this huge dump, Bitcoin can rally towards the upside. So that's the plan. That's the plan. Something like that. Also the move to downside up here might be a plan as well. You can see we got a sum, moving average up here, at least 50 moving down here, so you can move a little bit down. So that can kind of give us a little bit hope in there. There is too much to explain. You are going to have to put in an effort and learn some things on your own. Explore the app, read the white paper. You see, yeah, but I'm not into that. Saitama Inu. By the way, I heard Saitama Inu was getting wrecked. So let's check Saitama Inu. By the way, how is Squid doing right now? Still bleed. Saitama Inu. I just called Saitama. I think this one, right? Yeah. The dump is legit, guys. The dump is legit. I mean, look at this, guys. How much did this pump? Okay, man. This probably pumps something like crazy. Yeah, you cannot even measure it from up here. 12x, 10x from down here, but these guys down here, they got like filthy rich. This is a true dump, dumpity dump. So this is gonna go for a while until it finds the bottom and then does another one of these, mega pumps, maybe. It's either gonna pump again, it's gonna, it's either gonna pump again or it's dead, it's either one of the other, right? Do your own research. So it was pretty legit move. I heard, and the sad thing about this, I heard about Saitama Ina, long before. I probably heard about it down here in October, and I did not buy it. I did not buy it because I'm not first. I would like to buy it here in June, but I wasn't first. But right now it's insane moves. Kishomito dying. Hero, how is Hero doing, by the way? Let's check Hero. I haven't checked in a while. Let's see daily on Hero. I only have Hero here, so I don't check it quite often. Yeah, it's kind of looking weak. Safe Moon dying towards downside. Hokkaido and Satama, I don't know why whales hold it. They probably know something we don't know. I don't know what. Maybe it's finding some kind of bottom again. And what's this up here? MM. How is this doing? Yeah, he released a new DEX, I think, or something like that. But it's so weak. The shilling is so weak for MM. The million token, it's so weak. I found out the XY is irrelevant. It's all about T and X. Look at the recent correlation for future price of BTC. Weekly chart is interesting. T and X. See about 10-year treasury note yield. Interesting. Let's see here. I haven't checked this chart before, so this is the first look at. This is the first look I've ever seen. Anything like this. So this goes back to 63, and the big dump down here. I don't know what this tells us, but it's expanding channel that broke to the downside or something like that. I don't know, maybe this was some kind of channel. Nah, this is a channel. This is definitely some kind of channel. Let's use 4 months. What can we see over here? Like there's this line up here, and there is this line down here. We're gonna wait a bit and then see some kind of correlation up here. Expanding channel in the last part up here, but these things takes very long time. Does not look that good. Okay, let's see how this correlates with Bitcoin though. Let's see how this correlates with Bitcoin. Let's clean up everything and move the moving averages. And let's see the correlation with Bitcoin. So let's add BTC USDT up here, new price scale. This is log. We're gonna add this as log chart as well. And we're not gonna use this. We're gonna use what's called BLX. New price scale. This needs to be log, and there we go. So now we can adjust the chart a little bit and see if we are correlated or not correlated with this crap. So what you guys think, huh? What you guys think? This top up here, nothing special happens around tops, but down, still continue going up. Through entire bear market up here, this was still continuing going up, and this was going down, and then this was going up towards the upside, and this was going up, and this was going down. So this crashed, and everything crashed. And then this was going up, and then this was going. It has no correlation. I don't see correlation with these two. Going down, and this was going down, but here was going down, this was going up. Nope. Sorry, man. I don't see any correlation whatsoever between these two charts. Just last 2 years. Oh, well, last 2 years, sure. But I think everything looks the same in the last 2 years, because from the corona up, everything started going up. So every chart is gonna look like this up here to the top, and then some kind of pullback, and you know, some kind of small rally to the upside. Like I think most charts look like this right now. But over here we went down. Like you are disregarding this part over here totally. Like we went down, we went up. Over here went down, we went up, down, up. So during this part over here, we are definitely inversely correlated, and now we are correlated with the chart over here. It's too weak. The correlation is weak. Now chart TNX weekly inverse head and shoulders about to break out. Nah, I'm done with it, guys. If you 2K, what would you buy? A wife. Best investment ever, man. She's gonna make you food, she's gonna motivate you, you know, stuff like that. The moon charts are great. Yeah, the moon charts are great. The moon chart is better correlated with Bitcoin than this chart, guys. The moon chart is better correlated with Bitcoin. Not very optimistic about the pump, guys. Not very optimistic about this pump right now. We're gonna see how it actually develops, but you know, alts are not, you know, going crazy either, you know. So this looks weak to me. So we're gonna see if this is gonna be just dead cat bounce or what's gonna happen. Also, oil price news. What's the oil price news? By the way, how's the oil price doing right now? Let's see. Yeah, just been going up here. It went up to 86 right now, 80. I don't see correlation. Let's see weekly. God damn, these rising wedges, man. These rising wedges. One last thing, check HOME 80 super bullish retest weekly. Nah. Too many stuff to check. Check this, check that. Getting ready to get wrecked again. OMG. So we're gonna see. Let's see. The last thing I can tell you guys is a very important support right now. That's the 10 moving average. You can see previously, you know, previous dump we went below the 10 moving average, but you know, you don't want to keep, you know, breaking the 10 moving average on the downside. you can see down here broke the 10 moving average, but the second time it did not recover. So, you know, broke the 10 moving average. So I don't know if you're gonna recover the second time. So breaking the 10 moving average in some kind of option is not actually a good thing. So this level here at 56,000, you know, needs to hold. Let's see how this looks on a 50-minute chart. That's the level right now that we are, you know, fighting to hold. But we still got like something like 2-3 days left for this level to stay above these levels. You know, anything can happen within three days. What is the orange line? There is a lot of lines. All equities also dumped a bit yesterday. You guys are trying to find correlation, but there is no correlation, you know. And if you find some correlation, you know, you go back, you know, a week ago, and there is no correlation over there. So, you know, finding correlation, it doesn't help you with much, you know. Sometimes, you know, if it's a very decent correlation, and it is, you know, over a long period of time, it might help you. But you are looking for hopium, guys. You are looking for hopium, some kind of correlation, something that can tell you what's gonna happen next. Unfortunately, the only thing we know right now, the way I see it, is that we need some kind of, you know, move towards the upside. If we fall again below the 56, I think we might get another, you know, dump towards the downside. But right now, it is, you know, moved up nicely. So we're gonna see how much we can recover out of this. So I'm neither bearish nor bullish. I'm right now, okay, we dumped enough, you know, let's figure out what's gonna happen here. So I'm looking for some kind of pattern to, you know, get formed here or something like that before we continue towards the upside. So that's the most interesting part. ETH is up already 3.6%. ETH is already breaking certain levels up here. ETH is looking good. So ETH might be better, you know, indicator for Bitcoin bullishness than, you know, than Bitcoin is, because right now it is breaking this 4-hourly towards the upside, which is nice. You know, it depends if you can actually get some kind of follow through up here towards the upside. You know, it breaks certain levels. But ETH is already 3.62% up. Phantom up 7%, but Phantom, yeah, but it's not that big compared. BET is doing very nicely, guys. BET is doing very nicely. BET is doing actually very nicely. It's above, you know, it's already recovered everything. It's above 10 and 20 moving average. So BET might actually just continue going. I don't know. Depends on how this closes today, but you know, it looks very good. There you go. Third altcoin of the day, BET. What is the next support? Is it 52? Hey, but can you answer the super chat question? I have a super chat question. What's up from Toronto? Please check ETH Sol 4-hourly, daily, and weekly, long term. Want to cover some of my ETH Sol. Well, you're asking too much, but you know, I can check out this Sol. Let's see here. Sol is up 4.2% right now. It is holding the support down here. If you fail the support down here on the downside, it won't look good. It needs to break certain levels to upside to be bullish again. That means that breaking this 10-20 moving average. Right now that's at 230, give or take. It needs to break that. Let's just remove everything up here. So let's go to the weekly time frame. You see that we got big support down here at 174, and on the weekly time frame you can see here with the dollar we hit 185. So right now we are sitting at this support on the 50 moving average down here. If we for whatever reason break on the downside down here, it's gonna be looking better. But right now we are definitely sitting at some kind of support. But the question is not whether you know, Ethereum or Solana is better than each other. The question is the bull run gonna continue or not, right? If it continues, like I think both Solana and Ethereum is gonna continue towards the upside. But to see some kind of bullishness, you gotta get above 230 here on the 230 on the daily time frame, right? You gotta pump above 230 to see any kind of you know, continuation of the bullishness, right? The trend towards the downside needs to be broken as well. Let's see up here if it's broken right now or not. So there is this line up here around 211 or something like that. It needs to be broken. Just like Bitcoin has this downtrend line, you know, it needs to be broken, and then you have this other one up here. It's going to correspond really nicely with 230. But you know, to stop this downtrend going from downside, you gotta break this downtrend line, and once this downtrend line is broken, you gotta get above 230 for the bullishness to kick in, right? exactly same thing that Bitcoin is doing right now. You gotta get above blue line and then 60,000. And it's not just Solana, it's literally everything. That's why we are checking Bitcoin daily every single day, because we gotta know what's Bitcoin gonna do, because altcoins are doing exactly what Bitcoin is doing. I can't get my green name back, bro. My rubbish Brazilian card isn't accepting you. Won't accept my UK card details as I'm in Brazil. Cannot do much about that, man. YouTube, YouTube is, kind of like that sometimes. But I'm glad that I'm glad that you tried. You tried. Michael is in the chat. By the way, guys, my wife is the most beautiful wife ever. And she makes the best food. December 4th, moon, my wedding day. December 4th is the new moon. It's the super moon. And there is also eclipse on the 4th of December. It's a very, very special day. Sheen can pay in crypto. Yeah, he can pay me in crypto, but, he doesn't get the green name because, I don't have any, I don't have anything, I cannot use... I cannot change YouTube stuff. She makes the best food, you make the best crypto gains, I guess. Simple appreciation at its best, at the right time as well, Anyways, guys, we're gonna stop it there. It's been a nice show. It's been, right now everything looks in green, nice, dandy, and stuff. We're gonna see how this unfolds after this. Let's see this on channels, guys. Channels. You are underestimating the channels. Do not underestimate the channels, guys. Anyways, guys, that's it. It's the moon. It's the moon day, the day of the moon. So have fun. I think we're gonna have bottom sooner or later, and some kind of dead cat bounce at least before something happens. But everything is gonna happen eventually. Everything is gonna happen eventually. And with that said, guys, have a nice day. Bam.